Okay, welcome back everybody. So, I finally have figured this out. Alakazam with Confusion Focus Blast is the best field test to practice for Mewtwo, period. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that it was extremely difficult. I was there for an hour and I just couldn't do it. Basically what you're going to need to do it, this video is not going to focus on this, I'm just going to let you know really quick. You're going to need all Tyranitars to actually possibly do this maxed out, or 4 of them. Anyways, so I went in there with Caesar. He's doing work, then I'm going in with Houndoom, then I'm going to do Caesar again, and let's talk about this. Let's talk about who, in fact, is going to actually be good. Because when you're going up against this Mewtwo with Focus Blast, and you're basically using, you know, its weakness, Dark types, they're just going to get demolished, especially if it has Confusion. My goodness. Granted, the tables are going to be turned a little bit when you have a lobby full of 20 people. Your damage is still going to be up there, but you guys are going to be able to tear them down much faster, as opposed to me going in to do an Alakazam by myself. Then again, it is going to be a level 5 Mewtwo raid boss, so we'll just have to see. But judging by the footage over there in Japan, they had a full lobby and nobody struggled. They all were using Tyranitars, even a few Blissey. Alright, so I went in with Caesar. He did his thing. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do the job for the Alakazam. He's going to be able to put in work for the Mewtwo, and he put in work for the Alakazam as well, but his DPS is just not high enough. He was resisting the attacks very well. I will put that out there and make sure you note that too. So Caesar is on the list for attacking a Mewtwo when these raids come out. And as far as who would I say, period, just let you know, just tell me right now, who should I use for Mewtwo? I know we went over these videos, but now that I did this field test, what do I think? Well, I wasn't able to use all of the suggestions, not even close. I was just going for the DPS and super effective types at the moment, because I was just testing this out here. But if I had to give you a list, number 1, Tyranitar, Bite and Crunch, period. Followed by, this is very, I don't think you would want to use a Gengar. He was getting taken out so quick, but his DPS, he was doing good damage, that's for sure. So I think number 2 would be Gengar, but in the shadows, like not quite number 2. And then there's going to be something that overlaps it. So I'd go Tyranitar, Bite and Crunch, and then possibly Dragonite with Dragon Tail, Outrage. And then I went and switched my Stone Edge one. I was like, you know what, forget it. And look at how many times it took me. That was like 3 and then 4 almost. Look at this. How ridiculous. Finally, I get Crunch. Not even yet. Still going. And finally. Alright. So Tyranitar basically is what it's going to be. Followed by a Dragonite possibly, Moltres, or Houndoom, Espeon. And like I said, when you're in a group, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to be a little bit more relaxed. At the same time, don't relax too much. You're fighting a Mewtwo. But you might be able to use the Espeon for sure. And, excuse me, Espeon for sure. And Caesar and Houndoom. I don't know about Gengar. Really don't. Not against a Mewtwo. You could try it, but you're gonna get wiped out within a minute. Not even a minute. You're gonna get wiped out within a few seconds for sure. And who else? That's basically it, man. I mean, you could try a Snorlax, but like I said, once again, you're gonna have a lot more leeway to pick different Pokemon with a big group. This is just a race against the time and DPS wise. So Tyranitar is the top dog, basically. Bite and Crunch. Make sure you don't spend too much Stardust now, guys. Don't waste all your Stardust on Tyranitars. But then again, also power at least 2 up. I have 2 maxed out ones. I was contemplating maxing out another one, but I was thinking, no, I need to just conserve on my Stardust. Because come the Mewtwo raids, I'm not going to need all these Tyranitars. Because we're going to be racing against the clock, but with a group of 20. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to predict that almost every Mewtwo raid is going to have a full 20 people. That, you know, or close, okay? So you're going to be able to use other Pokemon, but at the same time, I'm done. I already know what it is, what's going to take. Those Focus Blasts that are going to be coming from Mewtwo are going to be absolutely devastating to Dark types and Tyranitar completely. Even if you dodge it, considering hopefully this update, I haven't received it yet, but fixes, they said they're, quote, fixed the server bugs and the raid bugs. So we'll see about that. Because if you still have half your health, you dodge a Focus Blast when a Mewtwo is there and you're using Tyranitar, you can kiss that Tyranitar goodbye, even though you dodged. I can guarantee that. So just beware of that, okay? Then again, a good counter is going to be Moltres, because it's flying. It'll resist the Focus Blast slightly, and same with Dragonite, okay, guys? Gengar will resist it as well, but then again, you know, he still takes tons of damage anyhow. And if you get hit by a confusion by Mewtwo with Gengar, ooh, it's probably gonna be 3 and done. I would almost say 2 and done, because I was able to get hit a maximum of 3 to 4 times with a Gengar, with the confusion. So it's not even a joke. I would not recommend using Gengar, period. You're gonna get wiped out. You're gonna have to leave and re-enter, heal up, or pick new Pokemon, and you're gonna lose. You know, I was gonna say you're gonna lose your Premier Ball bonus, but at this point I'm not 100% convinced or certain. It's just an assumption and a guess that we're possibly gonna get 50 Premier Balls, but please don't quote me on that. That is, you know, completely speculation. Maybe we'll get the normal amount of Premier Balls. That would be intense. I don't even know, man. I would take 4 minutes on every Premier Ball to make sure it was the most perfect throw if we had that minimal amount of Premier Balls. With that said, you guys have seen what I've recommended before, but as of now, I just basically Tyranitars. Houndoom works pretty nice, and Dragonite. And if you needed a tank at the end, you know, an anchor to make sure you didn't fall out of the battle, possibly a Snorlax, but then you're gonna have to look out for that Focus Blast if that's the case, if he's using that move during that raid. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this, and now you have a better understanding as to what really is gonna be working good here. So I wasn't able to use all the different types I liked, but I still was able to get a good idea here. And once again, I was not able to beat this. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody out there who, I mean, you can. I personally can too. I just need to max out another Tyranitar, like I said. But, you know, I don't want to spend and invest the Stardust at the moment on another Tyranitar, especially when we have, don't get all, you know, I'm not saying it's coming soon, but with Gen 3 possibly coming fairly soon in the future. When I say fairly soon, that could be 3-4 months or sooner, but, you know, it could be a while from now. And I want to have more Stardust to prepare myself for when these other Pokemon arrive. You're thinking to yourself, well, that's a long time. You know, you could probably collect more Stardust by then. Absolutely. But then again, you want to keep as much as you possibly can. Just because you have something doesn't mean you have to spend it. Okay, just like money, guys. Just because you have money doesn't mean you have to spend it. It's good to save, okay? Alrighty, and with that said, that's about it.
What we do here is go back.
Big dog.